and we are live with Knights of the Round episode 33, MegnaMan. Megna is our guest today. He is also a member of Archetype Gaming, which is a part of a group that I'm familiar with because I work with them for Extra Life. And he is also a Twitch streamer. How are you
What's
doing
up,
today?
guys?
Hey, how's it going, Megna?
I apologize for the terrible video quality, but happy to be on the show. Really appreciate you guys having me on here.
He has a spa in his bedroom.
Yeah, if you guys have noticed, he's actually in a hot sauna, so
Yes.
that's the
Apparently,
reason
yeah.
it looks foggy in there, and he's got such a flushed face.
I
No.
actually streamed from an underground bunker, so just so you know.
Safety first.
So,
Safety
anyways,
first, yeah.
everybody, we're really excited to have this guy on today. He's a really awesome guy. I got a chance to talk to him a couple days ago, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy this episode. So make sure you stay tuned in.
And we will start off with our guest first. So, what games have you been playing this week, Megna?
Oh, everything. I play a ton of stuff. Daisy, Don't Starve, CS:GO, Terraria, Spore. I haven't played Spore in years. I
Oh
started
my
picking
gosh,
that up
man.
again. Killing Floor, Team Fortress 2, a lot of stuff. It's been
Awesome.
a busy
Wow.
week.
That's awesome.
Agent, what about you?
I've been playing WildStar, Dota 2, getting back into Counter-Strike again.
And Legends.
I have not played the Switch. So yeah, a little bit of controversy there. But it's been fun. It's been a fun week.
Awesome.
How about you?
Well, as always, it's a little hard for me. I don't have a lot of time. Last night, my friend broke his computer, so I had to play Computer Surgery, the game
You
last
don't
night,
say.
pretty much all night long. Yeah, Smashing knows all about that because he's been talking. Yeah.
I do.
He's been
I look-
he's been talking about it as well. So I played Computer Surgeon last night, and I've been playing. I finally got back into Pokemon. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna play Pokemon. And then the Diablo double drop system came out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I was so done with this game, but you brought me back. I have to get my double drops.
Yeah,
It
of
always
course.
does.
That addiction.
They always suck you back in once you think you're out of it. I have been playing a lot of Counter-Strike as usual. We're preparing for a LAN in July, so I've been playing really nothing but Counter-Strike. I did get a chance to play the new Telltale Walking Dead episode that just came out on Tuesday, which I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later if we have time to get to it in the show. And I think that's about it for me. Just a lot of Counter-Strike.
All right.
Awesome.
Before we move on, Megna, I think I tuned in last night and you're playing Plague Inc. How far did you get?
yeah, Plague Inc.
I think I had to get off before you finished. How far did Scrubbiness get? You wipe out the
Oh,
humans?
No, we infected everybody with scrubbiness, which was amazing.
But they cured.
But they got rid of scrubbiness. I don't know what
That's-
happened.
They made a
That's a
vaccine.
great virus name. Scrubbiness.
Well, we have this ongoing thing with my channel. I'm terrible at games. Like it's awesome. It's amazing how bad I am. And so everyone calls me a scrub, and I don't take myself too seriously. So we have a lot of fun with it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Right.
So I guess we'll start off with the kind of introducing you and how you got into streaming. Why did you start streaming?
Yeah, great question. Funny enough, just a very quick synopsis, my background. I went to school. I have a Bachelor of Science in Health Physics and Radiation Science, and then I did 3 years towards a Master's in Nuclear Engineering. So, science nerd. I love science. I thought that was what I was going to do.
You and
And
Cosmos
my
again.
Yeah, Patrick and I had a great conversation the other day, so it was good, all science-based.
Nice.
But anyways, I ended up leaving my master's to go work for a marketing company in Toronto. So not related whatsoever. But I ended up doing that, and I left that to pursue my own business full time. So my wife and I, we actually run an online business, sales and marketing, and we work from home, and we're expecting a child in 3 weeks. So very excited about that. And one of the big goals that we have is to be able to both be stay-at-home parents. I originally found Twitch through Kerbal Space Program. I was watching their channel, and then I came across Angel's stream through Archetype, and just fell in love with Twitch. I was like, hey, this is an awesome community. There's amazing people here, and eventually decide that, hey, maybe this could be a viable career option as well to help with the being stay-at-home parents. And so decided to pick that up January 15th.
Wow, that's awesome.
Man. I guess we didn't talk about that. I didn't realize that you had come to the KSP TV channel. I'm assuming that's the channel you're talking about, and that was how you found Twitch. Man, I love watching KSP TV. They have for anyone who doesn't know, if you don't know Kerbal Space Program, first of all, it's like a space building simulator game. Kerbals aren't humans, but it essentially has rules of physics that you try to get to different planets. They have a channel. And their channel is run by a conglomerate of different gamers. Each gamer has a allotted time. So I have some of my favorites on there that will make like flying owl spaceships and things. So I tune in over there a lot as well. I don't know if anyone's seen me over there.
That's awesome. Megna, speaking of your stream, when are we able to actually catch you streaming? Do you have like a schedule?
Yeah, I have a fairly set schedule. I stream all the time. I stream about 50 hours a week right now. Usually Wednesdays. Yeah, Wednesdays and Sundays are my only day off. So I stream Mondays and Tuesdays usually from 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 3 a.m. And then Thursdays later in the afternoon, Friday same thing, and then on Saturdays we run social Saturdays where I play games with the viewers.
That's awesome.
All right, just like Moxie. It's kind of funny that you guys are both more successful than me and both run a pretty similar schedule.
That's the secret.
That's the secret. We found it out, guys.
Wait, so the secret is to stream? That's crazy.
A lot. Stream like as much as a full-time job a week, and then have fewer games on the weekend. Check.
Awesome. Pat, did you have any questions for him?
So, man, Megna, what kind of games are you currently into? I mean, I guess we already went over this. We asked you a little bit, but what is your favorite?
Well, I have a big list. I have a big list. It's linked on my page, but there's like 50 plus games that I'll go through. Personally, I love first-person shooters. That's what really got me into the gaming scene. My first Steam game was Counter-Strike back in the days. I'm currently trying to rank up from pathetic to terrible, so we'll see how that goes.
Hey, so you're similar in my rank.
What's your definition of pathetic?
I watch Moxie streams, so
yeah,
it's like,
she's insane.
No.
She practices all the time. So
I love FPS, but I love indie games. I play a lot of Don't Starve. I love Skyrim. I love gaming. I love the community. So lots of options.
Awesome. Man after my own heart. How did you become a member of Archetype Gaming? I know you kind of went into it a little bit, but can you talk more about the process of how that came about?
Yeah, well, I was actually fortunate enough, just because I found Angel's stream. We hung out, we started to talk through the stream, and I met a lot of people through the community. When I decided to start streaming, of course, Angel was coming by. New Yorker Ant, who's the community manager for Archetype Gaming, he does an awesome job, by the way, works his butt off, so that's awesome. And I was fortunate enough, they gave me an invite. They liked what I was doing with the stream and with community, and they felt it fit in line, and got invited.
That's awesome.
Will you be participating in the 24-hour Extra Life stream?
I won't this year, unfortunately. It's a tentative answer. I mean, it could change at any point.
Yeah.
I think it's an amazing cause. I definitely want to contribute in some way. And for those of you, if you don't know about Extra Life, it's an opportunity to save a life, help out children through gaming, which is great. I just didn't factor it into my game plan, my business plan this year. So next year, 100%.
I guess this is a little. If you have a kid, man, it's gonna be real hard to get
Yeah.
24 hours, or maybe it won't be because you'll be up 24 hours a day anyway. So it might just work out. You might always be doing 24-hour streams.
I'll have lots of practice in between diapers, man. We'll just figure it out.
Diaper break.
I think he'll get some wife aggro if he's doing a 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
It's awesome. You're doing the 24-hour stream this year too, right, Moxie?
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing it again this year. I might go to the actual. They have a LAN event that they're doing, so I might go there. It really depends on timing
Yeah.
and funds.
Funding.
Yeah,
Funding
Yeah,
is
funding and timing.
Awesome.
So, man, I guess here might be a tough question. What is the most memorable moment you've had while you were streaming? Or a couple of
Yeah.
moments, I guess.
I mean, there's lots of great moments. It's been an exciting process. Probably one of the most recent ones that actually had impact for me. One of my viewers, I guess, he had and we were playing Spore or something, and he said, "Man, my son is like fascinated with your show. It's like he's watching TV. He doesn't understand why you're going to be going offline. Like he wants to wake up and turn on the show. He doesn't know why you're not on." And he sent me a picture afterwards, and his son was just like excited and glued to the computer. And I thought that was cool. I like having an impact and entertaining, so that was probably the best part for me.
That's so funny. Did you tell him about highlights? You can
Yeah.
have his kid watch the
Yeah.
highlights.
There's highlights, yeah.
That's awesome. So your stream, I know you just started it not long ago. It's starting to, really take off. Do you have any advice for people who are maybe getting started or who have been around for a while, but they don't have as many viewers as they want?
Yeah, tons. I guess the first thing, it's basic success principles. You need to have a goal. What is a goal? Well, it's a dream with a deadline. You need to figure out what you want to accomplish and when you want to accomplish. And depending on how serious you want to take it, you can't allow yourself to make excuses, right? You have to kind of be like, not, oh, I'm going to stream for 3 weeks, and if it doesn't work out, then I'm quitting. You have to kind of approach it with, I'm going to give it my all, and then we'll see where it takes us. A big thing is community. That's what viewers on Twitch want. A lot of them anyway. Some of them just want to watch a gameplay, and that's awesome, but a lot of them are here for a social networking experience. They want to interact with chat. They want to interact with the streamer. And I think it's important as a streamer that you let your audience know how important they are. Because if they weren't here, we wouldn't be here. So
yeah, that's
no,
true.
I think that's a really interesting point that you bring up, and I definitely agree with you. Streaming is all about interacting with the chat. I mean, there are some people who just have, they're professional gamers, say, and they get a lot of viewers just because they're a professional gamer. But I would say for the smaller streams, if you're just starting out, I think it's very important that you interact with chat. I know that me personally, when I go to a chat and I see someone who is constantly interacting with chat, that is the thing that's going to keep me to stay. That's the thing that's going to get me to follow. So I totally agree with you on that one.
Yeah, and that's also a good point that you bring up, that players are looking for that social experience, because when you think Twitch, you think, I'm just watching people play video games, but the first thought might not be, I'm actually meeting people online, and as a streamer, you have relationships, with the people who come to your chat if they come often enough, and you get to know one another, just through talking. So it's definitely something I hadn't thought about. It really is a social aspect as well.
Yeah, how do you guys think I got to know Moxie? I can't control her in chat until she made me a mod.
So that's the secret.
This is all one big troll.
Make them so angry that they make you a force to make other people angry.
Well, hey, that's actually a great tip for dealing with a troublemaker. Go to them for advice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm sorry. I keep having to go AFK. My nephew came over unexpectedly, so sorry about that.
No problem.
So did
we actually were just gonna go into the news. So
okay, alrighty.
Go from there.
Okay, sorry about that again.
No problem.
So Dota 2 raised 2.4 million, which the amount might have gotten up. I think it's 4 million now.
Yeah,
4
I
million?
think
it's over 4 million.
4 million. And basically what they do, for those of you that don't know about the compendium, is it's a $10 program thing, and they basically take $2.50 out of the $10 that you spend and put it into the prize pool for the international, which is really cool. And it went on sale, and as soon as it went on sale, it went from 1.6 million to now over 4 million, which is kind of insane and kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I got the compendium on a whim. Like, just you get rewards for having it, and as more players buy it, the more rewards you get. And honestly, I don't know that it's
I think
that bad of a deal because the rewards you get are at least worth $10. Like,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I think we've praised Valve enough on their
Yeah.
marketing methods, and since Megna, you're into marketing, maybe you'll have a bigger comment on this. But I really like the way, again, like I always do with Valve, the way that they did this. You know, they offered you these in-game goals, so it's a free-to-play game. But if you voluntarily buy, you can still play it free to play, but if you voluntarily buy this, you're promised these in-game prizes at some point in the future. And so basically, even if they didn't have the money to, it's almost like a Kickstarter. If they didn't have the money to develop it, hey, you guys pay us and then we'll develop it for you. So they're giving the player rewards for paying for a free-to-play game, but they're not punishing those who don't pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's smart. They're interacting with once again the fan base. It's crowdfunding. It's very smart what they do.
Thing 1990 in the chat pointed out that it's at 5.4 million now, so it's growing. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the biggest prize pool for a video game competition.
Wasn't the last, like, I want to say WCS, it wasn't the last, you know, Dota 2 competition, the international, the biggest prize pool that there was, and then the year before it was the biggest one. So it's just like every year they just keep adding on.
Yeah, it keeps growing.
They are killing it, man.
And the International 2014 will take place in at Seattle's Key Arena July 18th through till the 21st.
So if everyone wants to get rained on, make sure you go buy your $450 tickets or whatever outrageous price they were, and go sit in the rain for 4 days on your vacation. Cha-ching!
I will be there. No.
For you,
I feel like I could. I feel like other developers have to be having like a why didn't I think of that moment, because it's so simple. You just offer your players something and then use the money they spend on it for the prize pool for the thing that they're going to be watching anyways.
Yeah, it's like their own Kickstarter kind of.
Yeah.
So drawing this to, like, say, Blizzard, you know, a lot of the things that Blizzard added to the Heart of the Swarm expansion came from ideas from the community. You know, people said, hey, why don't you give us unit skins for multiplayer? You have different looking units in one player, so you can just flip over that skin. You know, how hard is it to make a new skin? And that also came from League of Legends. So they had, but the community asked Blizzard for that, but Blizzard just gave them a couple of skins and they were I guess Blizzard just didn't capitalize on it the way that Valve did. So it's kind of funny to see how these other companies may try something similar, but they're not able to fully realize or fully capitalize on that opportunity.
Yeah, I think that comes back to the way that Valve operates as a company, though. I mean, I don't know if you've had a chance to see or read about how they work as a company. But I mean, even when they're working on games, you don't have a manager. You basically wheel your desk over to someone else's desk and you start working together. It's a completely different culture, environment.
I think we had a whole episode where we had an opinion section on that, and we were like, man, how awesome would that be to like not have necessarily like deadlines? You can just, it's just kind of a stress-free zone. And if anyone, I think there's a, what is it, Stress Kills or something documentary about British people. Stress actually does kill you. Just an FYI. It makes you age a lot faster. It makes you more prone to sudden death at any time. So stress and mentality.
Yeah, and sorry to get stuck on this topic so much, but have you ever played like Team Fortress or Counter-Strike? You go into those games and there's all kinds of customization options. And then I feel like with League of Legends, Blizzard games, stuff like that the developers are very scared of giving anything over to the players. Whereas Valve...
I think I have to disagree with Blizzard games, just because, I mean, StarCraft 1 custom games and Warcraft 3 custom games pretty much set up the idea of giving a customization kit to your community. But I understand what you're saying with like the main game. Blizzard doesn't trust I guess this is where you're coming at it from. Blizzard doesn't trust
StarCraft
the
the
players
one.
to make balanced decisions.
Yeah, and I feel like just playing Dota, it's a very random experience. Like when I get into the game, I might have one announcer compared to another. I might have one loading screen compared to another. Everybody might not even look like their champion because they're wearing a different skin. Like there's so many options in that game compared to StarCraft 2's,
Yeah.
limited
It's
skin system and
very,
stuff
very,
yeah.
very limited skin system, and Blizzard came up with the idea that they're like, well, we can only fit so much in the RAM, and I'm like, what? I'm
That
like,
doesn't even make
how did you
sense.
fit 5 in the memory of the system if you can?
That doesn't even make
So
sense.
no, I don't remember exactly what the excuse, but it was something like they ran out of memory space, and I'm like, that makes
Yeah.
literally no sense to me from a computer science standpoint.
That means
Yeah.
someone forgot to do it. Yeah.
Right.
Well, it was. I'm pretty sure it was a last minute addition because it was added like halfway through the beta, and there was a huge, very popular post on Team Liquid that basically called out everything Blizzard had done and told them everything they should do to make it better. And Blizzard did a lot of things from that list.
Yeah.
So Blizzard
good.
may not necessarily say that they're taking it from the community, but they still do listen to the community for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why Blizzard is a successful gaming company. Diablo 3, there's more drops in this Loop 2.0 system. Why? Because the community asked for it. So Blizzard listens to their community, but Blizzard also likes to listen to their internal teams a lot. They prize their internal teams.
I also think we're seeing the difference between a corporate management structure and a flat management structure compared to Blizzard and Valve.
Yeah, and Valve's not only like doing this with Dota 2, they also have done it with CS:GO, not only the skins, but like the actual stickers. If you buy a team sticker, that the profit from that portion of that actually goes to that like the professional teams. And they're also going to start doing that with gun skins, I think, too. So it'll be really interesting.
I love Valve's model, like for all their games. It's like when
Yeah.
CS:GO was, I don't want to say it was dying, but it didn't have all the
Yeah.
amount of competitions that it was. And then they're like, hey
Yeah.
guys, you get these skins, but you have to pay for keys. But if you buy the esports cases and open them, then it goes straight to esports. And it was just like,
It's
why did
digital
anyone else think
craft.
of this?
Something
Genius!
something really cool is that there's going to be 4 huge LAN tournaments for North America for Counter-Strike this summer. So that's really cool because that hasn't happened in a very long time.
I've been seeing a ton of CS:GO tournaments, say in the last year compared to in the past years, or maybe it's just because I watch Moxie and I pay more attention to the CS:GO scene, but I feel like the scene after they made these changes has just been growing and growing, which is amazing because the game itself hasn't necessarily, I mean, it's been updated, but hasn't really been changed drastically, but it's growing now.
Yeah. And I know we were speaking about Blizzard earlier, which kind of leads directly into our next topic. So apparently, someone found a resume of a former Blizzard employee, and on the resume it said, working on undisclosed project that will be announced in 2014. Now, if we're not counting what they have already announced, which is Legacy of the Void, Heroes of the Storm, Warlords of Draenor.
Right.
What does that leave us with?
The
That
big,
could-
Done.
the big
Maybe they're going
Titan.
bankrupt.
Oh, yes, that's it. I totally forgot that one.
That's a project.
They're gone.
To be honest, I have no idea. I mean, I don't really follow Blizzard enough to even know what they could be coming out with. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it brings a community basis to it. But
yeah, definitely. I was gonna say though, you got to keep in mind that they recently, I think it was last year, announced that Titan MMO is going back to scratch.
So maybe
So it's-
it is.
Titan MMOs.
It's possible that this guy wrote this on his resume before that happened.
True, yeah. And this is just a resume. I don't even think it's it's like on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Sorry.
LinkedIn profile,
Sorry
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
So it's that's why it's so hard to judge a rumor on what it's
Yeah.
based on. Blizzard does a very 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 good job at keeping things secret though, so I would not be surprised if we see an announcement. But we will not probably see that announcement for a year. I mean, they haven't announced Legacy of the Void, but I am sure they are on their way working on it, just like they were already working on StarCraft 2 before they ever announced it. Blizzard does a very good job at, I guess, shutting people up.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
when I do the show from BlizzCon, I'll let you know if
Yes.
anything got announced.
Yeah,
I'm so
weren't you
jealous.
supposed to do a prank at BlizzCon? Wasn't that
Yeah.
discussed last
Apparently,
week?
Yes.
apparently, I'm gonna do a prank at BlizzCon. So
I
Yeah,
can't
you almost,
imagine it.
Didn't we have some pranks we want to do to Gen Con last year?
I'm gonna get kicked out of BlizzCon. We did kind of do a prank, but I mean they didn't know it was a prank. Anyways, yeah. So I'm definitely excited to see if they announce the Titan MMO, but I'm not crossing my fingers for it. Not off of a LinkedIn profile, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess last week I believe you guys talked about the, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago when I was, or no, I would have been longer than 2 weeks ago. The World of Warcraft movie. So it could be even something like that, where there would be a project that's not, say, gaming related. So it's too
That's
hard
true.
to tell. I would say.
That's very true.
Yeah.
What would they come out with?
StarCraft movie.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
New StarCraft books. There's tons of books which I haven't read.
Yeah,
Okay,
and not
fair enough.
everyone always updates their LinkedIn profile. I haven't logged into LinkedIn in like 2 years, so we'll see. We shall
Yeah.
see. Only time will tell.
Mhm.
So, as some of you may have heard, EA is going to be shutting down support for Battlefield 2, Crisis 2, and around like 50 more games, 50 of its older games, June 30th because of GameSpy's shutdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's not even affecting just them. I mean, it's affecting a lot of different companies, but they're handling it different ways. So it's interesting to see. I understand why they're doing it from a business perspective. If they can't keep,
Right.
if there's no money in it, they can't run it
Right.
at a loss. So
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess I understand where they're coming from. I have to say it's personally a little bit of a disappointment to me. Not Crisis per se. Battlefield 2, Battlefield 19, the older Battlefield games were like the pinnacle of that series. I spent so much time on Battlefield 2, generally LANing, though they didn't have LAN in the game. You had to get an outside mod to break the game
Yep.
to LAN. So I'm going to be really sad to see Battlefield 2 servers go offline. That being said, I haven't played Battlefield 2 in over a year, so it's like I'm sad to see it go offline because I had so much nostalgia and how many good
Right.
times with it, but I haven't played it. So am I
And
really
sorry,
gonna,
so
am I
you said-
realistically gonna miss it?
you said your favorite part was that you had to break the game, and then that got you to your favorite part.
Well, but I mean, you could play it online. I usually would LAN at the time because I mean, Battlefield 2
Okay,
came out like
fair
about
enough.
a decade ago, so we would just all cart our computers to someone's house. Now that we're grown up, it's a little bit harder to do that. So if we wanted to play games, we'll just play it from our command centers instead of driving over to someone's house.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I guess I'm not surprised that EA would take the route of, okay, GameSpy's shutting down, yeah, we'll just close all of those old games
Yeah.
off. But I know other companies are still going to continue support for their older games.
Mhm.
to
Um,
be, I was about to say, to be fair, didn't you guys talk about how Microsoft is taking away support for the older Halo games, even and older the
Mhm.
older Xbox Live and Windows
Yeah.
Live
Yeah.
games?
They are.
I know that another system, you can still play Halo 1 online if you own it on PC. Another Game Ranger or something took it over, but
Mhm.
Microsoft themselves took away their support for those
Right.
games.
Yeah.
So
And
it's not surprising.
a statement from EA, they said, "We know some of these games are still fan favorites, including Battlefield 2, Battlefield 1942, Medal of Honor, Allied Assault, and Command and Conquer, and the Command and Conquer games. We are still investigating community-supported options to preserve online functionality for these titles, such as
Mhm.
multiplayer. Significant technical hurdles remain, and at this time, we don't have anything to announce." So,
AKA, we're shutting them
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it sounds like.
Yep, they gotta fix Battlefield 4 before they can worry about that.
It's hard because, like, back in the day when you purchased games, like, even when I was playing Return to Castle Wolfenstein, like, you never think that, like, oh, the multiplayer won't be available, you know, in 10 years. I'm
Right.
going to be, like, in 10 years, I'm still going to be playing Counter-Strike. There's no
Mhm.
freaking way, like, if the servers were set up that way, you know?
I guess one of the
Yeah.
things about me is that when we played older games, and maybe it's because I started with console gaming rather than PC gaming, but it's like with the older games, you had to get in the same room. There was no online
Right.
element, so they could never shut the multiplayer down. If I want to play Mario Kart, I'll have my friends over. I'll plug my
Right.
N64 in my old ass standard def TV, and I'll play my Mario Kart. There's nothing that they can
Right.
do about that. They can't take it away from you.
Yeah.
And now they're actually taking away the options to do LAN. Like StarCraft 2 has no ability to do LAN. So if StarCraft 2 ever closes its servers, you just can't play multiplayer because there is no LAN set. There's no way to
Yeah.
LAN.
Yeah.
I feel like the only way StarCraft would close its servers and give you no options whatsoever is if the company went out of business. Just because they would do StarCraft 3 before they're going to get rid of a
Yes,
flagship.
they would have StarCraft 3
Right.
available. So assume StarCraft 3, but I mean with Blizzard that's what 30 years down the
Yeah,
line.
we'll be dead.
Yeah. We'll all be old by then.
Yeah.
So kind of switching gears here, as I said at the beginning of this stream, I played The Walking Dead it was this week. On Tuesday, it released. It was season 2, episode 3, and that just recently released. They've actually Telltale Games, I think, because a couple months ago when they said they were going to release an episode and it never released, they've actually been pretty good about releasing episodes on kind of a monthly basis, which is nice. I really enjoyed the episode. I enjoy every Telltale game, like, and no episode has been very disappointing to me, and I can't wait for the next one to come out.
I'm still waiting for the Borderlands Telltale game to
Yeah.
get a little bit further down the road.
Yeah, I personally haven't gotten into Borderlands. I mean, I've played a little bit of Borderlands 2, but The Walking Dead, I don't own any of them yet, but I've watched them all be streamed. I love them. I like the story behind it. I love the art,
I think you're a horrible
the
person.
graphics. Yeah.
You like them? Like it's basically like BioWare where they give you these like moral dilemmas, except for in Telltale games everyone dies anyways. Like there's no good choice.
Right.
No matter what you do, everyone's gonna be dead.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
can't win.
Walking
It's,
Dead,
it's reminiscent of Project Zomboid. You know everyone's gonna die at the end. Yeah.
Walking Dead, I couldn't get too into. I think I played like the first 3 episodes. I'm just not a big zombie person for whatever reason.
I guess it's more about the story than the zombies.
Yeah.
But I guess you don't like the zombie
Please.
story.
It's about the zombies.
Yeah.
I'm my bad. There's so much action blowing the zombies' head off, like beating them with rakes and stuff with the click events. They're so action oriented.
Yeah, it's high stress. Because
It is
If
if
you
you're
don't-
Gabby. She screams.
yeah.
Yes. I feel bad. People die. It's bad. It's
Damn
bad.
it, duck! Why?
Yeah, and someone mentioned the Wolf Among Us in chat, and I've played that too. I've never been disappointed with any Telltale game
I
that
know.
I've played. They're all awesome for me. So
The thing that I do like about Telltale games is I believe they're almost like meant for streaming because it's like a visual story. Like Smashing was noting, I don't actually like Telltale games to play, but I love to watch people because I like to know the story. So they're
Yeah.
great for streaming.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
I wonder, like, their stories are so insanely good that I feel like the people they hire must have worked on like television series or movies in the
Yeah.
past. Like, they must have, a writing room because the ideas for their stories are so well done.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Story is amazing for all of them. So switching gears, have any of you played Guild Wars?
I played
I-
the original
Nope.
Guild Wars.
I
I have
played-
not played number 2.
I used to play a lot of Guild Wars, and I have Guild Wars 2, but I haven't really gotten into it. And I was thinking about it a couple weeks ago, like I should, load up some Guild Wars. And I think I might do that very, very soon. Guild Wars is going to have a festival soon. They always have these events like Halloween, Christmas. They always have these fun games that, holiday themed games that people can play. And this particular festival is called the Festival of the Four Winds. It's an event, and it also they're doing the event because they are launching the game in China.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. The Festival of the Four Winds will release in North America and Europe on May 20th. So that's in a couple days here. That's so
Yeah.
I guess I only have a couple days to get into it. So we'll see
Oh.
what happens.
Thing wants to play with you.
Nice.
Yes.
One thing I have to give ArenaNet credit for is that they set out to make an MMO that like has a constantly changing story and world events and stuff, and
Yeah.
they're doing it.
And it's cool because they're all related.
Yeah. Yeah, they actually have I know they had one event where players could vote, for who came into political power, and there was another event where one of the main towns got assaulted and the players had to fight it off, and just cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
That Guild Wars does. In theory, it's a great concept. You pay $60 for the game and you never have to pay for it again, and it's an MMO.
Mhm.
I just wasn't really into the end game, so I didn't stick around.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask Megna, do you play any MMOs at all?
I knew you were gonna
Take out
I
too
know-
much
I
time.
know the three of you were gonna ask that.
Yeah.
The short answer is no. I do kind of want to get into Star Citizen. I don't know
Oh,
if you've had a
nice.
chance to check it out.
Yeah.
I think it looks really cool.
It does.
Star Citizen does look fairly amazing. So
I'm so skeptical because the promise is basically it's Eve but with full worlds as well, and then
Right.
what they're gonna deliver on, we'll see. But I'm optimistic.
You know what? If they pull it off, amazing experience.
Hmm.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna get an Oculus Rift, but I think it would be a cool
Yeah.
add
Oh my god.
to the
yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it for me for MMOs.
Yeah.
Did they announce Oculus Rift support for that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I can't even talk about MMOs. The MMO that I played the most was essentially like RuneScape. I was a top 20 player. I played 10 hours a day, and it was a terrible,
RuneScape.
terrible, terrible game.
RuneScape.
Wildstar,
Not gonna
Wildstar.
lie. Not gonna lie. My mom played RuneScape.
Wow.
Me and your
You
mom
got a
have been
cool
BFFs,
mom.
man.
Awesome. That's not awkward. That's funny. You were saying about WildStar, Moxie?
Oh, I was saying Wildstars, I think I can imagine Mr. Cosmos playing that.
We'll get there later. Let's make sure we save some time to talk about WildStar. You may or may not be surprised. So.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Alrighty. Well, our next topic is Killing Floor. Killing Floor 2, which I have not played any of the Killing Floors. I should probably play it
Yeah.
for Friday Fright Night.
Terrible. Not even. Not even. This game is ridiculous, and part of me added this in just for one of my viewers, Undead JP. But this game's ridiculous. So I played the old school mod. Yeah,
Oh.
Oh, okay.
it is. Yes. No, I played this years ago when it was just the mod
Mhm.
for Unreal. It was crap, but it was awesome. And it was really hard and difficult. It's round based. You have all these. They're not zombies per se. They're basically bio experiments. They're mutated creatures, and they're coming at you. And you've got a team of people, and you kill these creatures, and then you buy new ammo. You get money from killing them. You buy new guns and stuff, and then the round starts over again. You have to complete so many rounds. Reason I was excited about this, I'm also a bit of a gore fan. So with Killing Floor 2, they're claiming to be the most extreme gore system ever in existence,
Oh,
and I thought that was
gosh.
just really cool. Yeah.
So you're just gonna love
Nice.
chopping people in half and whatever else they have to. They probably have to add more than that with, like dead space, poking your eyes out and all.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's this is bad.
I forget how many animations it said there are, but there's like a ton of different ways that you can end up killing these things, and
Blow 'em
you know
up,
you'll
dismember.
Wow.
you'll shoot something in the head and it'll expose part of the skull. You shoot them again, the brain's there, like it's crazy. But it's not horrific from a perspective of like it's not like a war game where you're shooting people per se. It's fun. It's almost so ridiculous
You're not
that it
shooting
makes
humans,
it kind of funny.
I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They're not alive anymore. As far as
Yeah.
Killing Floor goes, I've seen it played quite a few times. I'm pretty sure it really depends on how good your team is. How many players can play Killing Floors?
Well, it depends. I mean, I've been on custom servers with up to 80 people.
God.
Yeah, so
Wow.
the standard is 6. The standard is 6. But once again, if you start getting into custom maps and stuff, you can have a ton of people. And that's actually one of the games I play with Social Saturday. I think we're getting into it later today, but it's a blast.
Awesome.
So yeah, no, I mean, I actually think it might be good for Moxie to play that. I remember we played the hidden ones. I don't know.
Oh,
if
that was so much fun.
That
I
was
was
so
killing them
cool
left
game.
and right.
we rented and played the hidden, and it rented a server, I guess.
Yeah.
But Unmod plays Killing
Unmod
Floor,
did.
Megna plays Killing Floor, Moxie can play Killing Floor. That's 3 right there.
I'm doing
You can
it.
throw in 3 random viewers per say round, and that would be a good night.
That'd be fun.
Does that count for Fright Night though? Is that really? It's not really a scary game, right?
You know what?
Well,
It's
it's probably
intense. There's
scary.
certain parts
Yeah.
where it's intense. It's not
She
that
streaks
scary.
at a
There's
lot
no
of
jump
things.
scares. Yeah, but there's no jump scares. You know they're
Yeah.
coming. And
Mm.
she shoots people every day, so
Yeah.
easy peasy.
Counter Strike's.
It might be a fright game that she's actually good at, guys. It won't take half hour walking around in circles. I didn't shy. She just died a little bit.
Good times.
We shall see. We shall see. So our next topic, Microsoft's releasing a $399 Xbox One, but it's going to be without Kinetic in June.
Kinetic.
Without
Or not
kinetic.
Kinetic, sorry.
Without
Sorry.
Kinects.
Kinetic.
Oh, so many science jokes to be made.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Penny Arcade did a comic about this.
You're trying to find it right now?
Yeah, I
So
already found it. They basically likened it to starting June 9th, you'll be able to purchase the Xbox One without herpes. It's like it's something no one wanted. It's something no one wanted. No one wanted it in the first place. So it's like we're finally giving you the product that you want
Yeah.
without the thing you hate.
I think.
so
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna come from a different way. People who believe in the Big Brother Connect, it's just like,
Oh yeah.
you really think it's spying at you? Put a piece of black construction paper over it, call it a day. But I honestly think it, like you say, it's more of the fact that we don't want to pay an extra $100 to have something we're not going to use. There are a lot of gamers who say are the hardcore gamers, don't care about the Kinect. We don't want to like stand up and punch stuff. Like my neckbeard fat can't handle that. And I'm talking personally, okay? No, I'm trying to offend anyone. But no. So a lot of people don't want the Kinect. It's an extra $100. You can get a PS4 for $100 cheaper. This is the way that Microsoft has to go. I don't necessarily think it's connected to the whole Big Brother scare reason for why they're taking the Kinect out. Just the price cut so they can sell some more.
Right.
No. Now, from a business perspective, it either means two things. Of course, either they're being proactive and they want to, hey, we're adding value, you know, people don't want this, we're listening to the community, or they're not selling enough of them and it's a reactive thing. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to see where it'll go from there.
'Cause they
Humans tend to be reactive creatures, so
Yeah,
I'll put it at that.
because they did the Best Buy thing where you could take in your old PlayStation and then get $100 off. So maybe it didn't work the way they were hoping it would. So
Didn't
That was
PlayStation,
weird.
didn't PlayStation offer the same thing where you could like bring in an old Xbox and get a new
I don't-
PlayStation?
I
for
don't
cheap?
know. I don't.
I think it was like bring in your old Xbox so you can buy 2 more PlayStation games or something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
It was like a joke.
Oh
campaign.
no! Remember? No, it was Microsoft. Microsoft said if you bring in your old PlayStation, and then they made that, or you could just save $100 anyways, buy
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
PlayStation,
that's
and keep
Right.
your old one.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this. Okay, so this would have never happened if it wasn't for PlayStation just having the lower price tag. Like, so I'm really glad that PlayStation's keeping the market competitive, so it forces Microsoft to have to do things like this.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, from this point on, all consoles would be,
Skyrocketing,
$600. It'd be insane. So I'm
Yeah.
glad they did that.
And I mean, it also provides the opportunity for terrible puns about disconnected and all the other things. So
Yeah.
That's awesome. The disconnected version.
wah wah wah. Yeah.
I mean, like, we're entering the age of Oculus Rift and whatever the one PlayStation's doing. I don't know that people are gonna want the Kinect until that technology is to the point where it's 1-1.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Gabe Newell talked about how you have the most bandwidth in your fingers for video gaming. Like your mind to your fingers, that's the fastest you can, get a reaction out. So it doesn't make sense to try to do it, with your arms and legs. It's not fast enough.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen the videos of like the Korean Moon hitting his keyboard with his weights on his hand, you would know that that's true.
Yeah.
500 actions per minute later, you realize, oh, damn, yeah, actually, that's a lot faster than I could even think.
Crap. So does that mean we all would not survive the zombie apocalypse because we're not as fast as our fingers? Is that the connection there? Yeah.
Don't worry, the zombie apocalypse can't happen because dead bodies have to set into rigor mortis, okay?
True.
But
Amazing.
zombies can't move.
Oh my god. But rigor mortis goes away eventually, doesn't it?
After the body starts to rot.
I think that's the
you
point
like
of
punch them and their
zombies.
bones will break off.
Yeah, that's true.
So we had a big announcement this week that Ubisoft announced that Far Cry 4 will be released in November 18th for
Alright,
Xbox
they've already set
One,
a date.
360,
Wow.
PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PC.
Ubisoft's been letting me down with their dates after Watch Dogs, man. So I don't have,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I've been seeing a lot of Watch Dog advertisements on TV lately.
Yeah.
It comes out very soon, actually.
Yeah.
Is it next week that it comes out? I can't remember. But yeah, I think the E3 announcements are just kind of ramping up. Like, publishers are starting to talk about what's going to be coming out in the fall, so I'm excited about it.
I'm jealous.
Why?
Because you're going to E3.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Well,
I won't be able to see the press conferences, so I'll be experiencing those announcements with everybody else.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
So I guess in Far Cry 4, it's supposed to be set in a Himalayan region ruled by a self-appointed king. So it should be
All
interesting.
sorts of weird stories in the Far Cry series.
Yeah. All I'm hoping is that they do another Rex Power cult game, Blood Dragon, like they did for Far Cry 3.
Yes.
They have to do another one. That was epic. It was a homage to 80s action films.
For anyone who
was-
doesn't know, that was like the standalone DLC that came out. I mean, you could play it without the original game for Far Cry 3.
Right.
It was awesome.
I'm not a big Far Cry person, so I probably won't.
I just hope they don't have the same ending. Like the bad ending of Far Cry 3 was so bad
No
that it was
spoilers.
just bad.
Spoilers.
It wasn't even good. It just stayed bad. I was just like, really?
Yeah, it was like you chose the bad thing, so we're gonna punish you. for
I'm just
doing
gonna
Now-
say,
I've
can't
never
always
played
be
Far
pregnant
Cry.
the first time.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now you know you're learning something new every day here on Knights of Round. That's awesome.
Far Cry is basically just open world. Like, you can choose to follow the story. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
okay.
can either just follow the story, or you can go around and shoot whoever you want. I think their thing is just like they're trying to make realistic, immersive environments that you can just kind of like get lost in. But I will say the story in the last one was pretty good. I liked the villain, Vaughn, I think his name was.
I don't remember their names. It's been too long.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I shot them. I have no idea who they were.
Hey. Okay, they're done talking.
Our next topic is Dota 2 gets meta with the Stanley oh gosh, I can't.
Parable?
Speak.
Parable?
Yes. Thank you. I started playing Dota 2 a couple months ago, like 2 months ago maybe. I don't play it that often, but when I do get a chance, I try to play it. I love the Witch Doctor. I actually have one of these announcer packs. It's like a pirate one, and it's really cool. And this one is supposed to be the voice of the narrator of Stanley Parable, and he is really funny. If you guys, I haven't got a chance to play the whole game yet, but I have seen it, and I've played I think a couple minutes of it, and the narrator is hilarious.
Yeah, I got the announcer pack, and I was playing some games with it, and they, like, one example of one of the things he says is, like, at the start of the match, and all the players can hear this, he'll say, okay, let's get ready for Dota. Unbeknownst to the players, this game will have no real significant meaning for their lives at all. Let's observe it. And, like, he's, like,
That's
insulting,
awesome,
he's, like, insulting, like, if you're on, like, a killing spree, he'll be like, congratulations, you're good at a video game. Like, like this. It's awesome.
This is the kind of content other games need.
Yeah, exactly.
Killing it, man.
But it's really funny. The GLaDOS one, GLaDOS has one too.
Oh
Portal.
man, I'm sure that is.
It's hilarious. Yeah, they're really well done. Sorry, somebody's like hammering something over here.
I was gonna say, come in. Yeah.
Another unexpected visitor.
Yeah.
And I think this will be our last topic of the day, since we're kind of running close to time.
All right.
Steam has already added more games so far this year than in all of 2013, and it hasn't even been 6 months yet, so we're still, below the halfway mark of the year, and I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
I have to buy all these games. What? Now they're all gonna go on sale, and I'm gonna be poor.
And having Steam greenlight to help these game developers get recognition and kind of get their game out there, it's really cool too. I know that I've played a couple greenlight games that developers have asked me to play, and they're pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I'm
into those indie games, so whenever I see like the stuff pop up, and if it's on sale, I'm just like, buy. And then I don't get around to playing them all as I should, but I just like a lot of those games on Steam are very interesting, and I buy them.
Pat, before we go, I want to hear your thoughts on WildStar, because
yes,
made a mental note.
Well, okay, so let's just go ahead and move into that WildStar review.
5 minutes.
Has everyone played it? Megna, have you played WildStar?
It's an MMO, right?
Yeah, it's
no.
So no, okay. So, anyways, yeah, I got to play in a little bit of it. I was thinking, because everyone was so hyped up about this game. Smashing's hyped up, Brittany's hyped up about it, Unmod's hyped up about it. Oh, I'm gonna buy this, and me and Unmod are like, we're gonna be part of the Dominion. We're gonna kill Moxie constantly. It'll be great.
That is so like you guys.
But I have to say, played it, got to like level 20, got to the third zone or so. I'm not a fan of WildStar. I probably will not be purchasing it. I think it's going to be a letdown when it comes out. That's
Are you a PvPer or are you a PvEer?
I do both. But
Okay.
mainly PvE.
I'm most excited for the raiding because I've seen raiding footage and like it looks insane. It looks like harder than old WoW raids.
I
That's
guess
why.
the thing is, yeah, I haven't got into really any of the raiding yet, but
Okay.
I just it feels so traditional. It feels just like World of Warcraft. It's like the same game. I'm just like, this is nothing new, nothing interesting to me.
Wait a
The
second.
whole concept of you build your own bases seems cool, but I've never gotten to that part in the beta, so.
Oh, the war plots. Okay, so housing, war plots, and then the telegraphs on like all the combat moves. The telegraphing isn't in WoW, and I think that that changes the combat up a lot, in my opinion, because almost every move in the game has like something that you can dodge, or if it's a heal, you want to be standing in it before the actual move happens, and I like that. I thought that was cool. But I'll be Dominion too, so I didn't know you were going Exile, Moxie. I thought you were cool.
I'm a rebel. I am a rebel.
I was Alliance last time. I was the good guys last time, so I'm gonna be the bad guys this time.
Dominion
Yeah.
characters are just like I think the character model for I think it's these Cassians,
Mm-hmm.
which are the Dominion, looks so much better than like the redneck Exile humans, and the Exile humans speak like rednecks, and you're just like,
Yeah.
Haters
They
gonna
have a-
hate.
They have a southern accent.
the bad guys got the better looking character models. That's all I'm saying. If I'm
Yep.
playing a game, I'm playing what I like to see.
Yeah, that's true. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess this ends our show for this week. We'll be back next Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much. You were a great guest today, Megna.
Thank you very much.
I
Really
was gonna say,
appreciate it.
definitely before we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I need to go
And
follow channel.
just a shout out to you guys as well. I mean, I've got this streaming on my channel as well. I know there's a few people over there, and some of them are here in the chat. But you guys should definitely give all these amazing people a follow and check out their streams if you haven't already. Because I had a chance to check out their highlights, and I watch Moxie pwn people on CS:GO. It's
Thank
amazing,
you.
and you know, it's they're a bunch of awesome streamers. So you guys should go give them a follow and check out their streams.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
make sure you guys get over to watch Megna. He's very awesome.
Yeah.
He has a lot of viewers, and he still is able to communicate with everyone in his chat. So thank you so much for being on our show today. It was awesome. I'd be glad to have you again down
Yep.
the road sometime if you'd be interested.
I'd be
in
happy
that,
to
and
come
maybe
back. Yeah.
get into some of those viewer games or something. Sometime we could just have a big
Yeah.
party after the fact.
Yeah,
sounds
So
good.
maybe if we can set something up like that, that'd be amazing. But you were a great guest. We'd love to have you again.
I'll have a better camera next time.
It wasn't that bad.
There's only so much you can do with Skype, anyways.
Yeah,
Well,
I
fair
mean,
enough,
at least
yeah.
it stayed on. Like, that's the important thing.
Yeah, so for a long time, mine kept dying in the middle of the episode. So, yeah, I guess you do it better than I did.
Well, thank you guys for watching, and we will be back next week.